And welcome to the school committee meeting of Monday, September 25th. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll go on to the acceptance of the minutes for the meeting of September 11th.
Motion to approve. And second.
All those in favor? We have three approved and 2 are abstaining. Nothing under audience. We'll move on to reports. Financial reports for the school department of Rockland High School student activities and the Rogers Middle School student activities.
3 motions to approve. Oh, second.
All those in favor?
Sorry.
Okay. Under old business, we have a Phelps Elementary School update.
The field and the finish work of the driveways and the paving is in progress still. We have a meeting tomorrow via Zoom at 5 p.m. For some other updates from the building committee, and that's all I have.
Okay. Any questions? No? Okay, thank you. Go on to the proposal for a change to the travel club trip. Ms. Walsh, come right up. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you all tonight?
Hello.
Good, how are you? Haven't seen you yet this year.
I know. It's been a busy start, but a really good start. So at the end of last year, we realized the numbers for our proposed and approved Australia, New Zealand trip, which was supposed to be July of next year, 2024, the numbers were just really low. And after talking about it with Dr. Harrison and some of the other people involved, we decided it was better to make the move now than wait till the last minute and cancel. We have 3 seniors who really want to travel. And we want to give them that opportunity before they graduate. So after discussing it with the students first, then the families, and giving them several options, we thought it would be best to offer a trip this April instead, a shorter, less expensive trip that we might get some more students to sign up for as well, but cancel Australia and New Zealand. So the proposed trip is to Costa Rica, be over April vacation like our normal April Europe trips usually are. I feel very confident in going to Costa Rica after traveling to Belize several years ago. It was our first trip after COVID, and I think they handled it really well. I loved the Latin American experience with EF. The students are very excited about having that chance to do something adventurous like Australia was supposed to be, but just closer, less of a flight, definitely they're excited about. And the students that were signed up for Australia, New Zealand, that decided they didn't want to do that are switching either to the 2025 trip with approval from EF or the 2026 trip, which I will be presenting to you soon at a future meeting.
So what do you need them to approve tonight?
Costa Rica. Just the change from Australia to New Zealand to Costa Rica. I haven't had a new recruitment or informational meeting about that trip. So far, I've just talked about it with the students who are already signed up for Australia, New Zealand. Dr. Harrison supports it. I have another teacher who will come as a chaperone no matter what, so the 2 of us would be able to go. And whether we have a small group or a larger group that grows in the next few weeks or months, we're very confident that Costa Rica can go forward.
And you got the 3 seniors, did they all go? Good.
They all want a chance to travel, so they were happy with anything rather than just canceling the trip.
Right.
But Costa Rica has some really great itinerary features. It's a very outdoorsy, adventurous trip, a lot of cultural aspects. All 3 of the seniors, I think, take Spanish, so they were excited to try to use that a little bit. There's some local exchanges, a lot of food experiences, a zip lining tour, definitely involved in nature quite a bit while we're there. And I think I've only ever heard amazing things about other people, both personal travel and student travel have loved Costa Rica.
All right. Any questions?
So I know, Ms. Walsh, that you said EF is allowing movement or not a refund, but are any students that didn't want to do one of the future trips, are they able to get their money back if they're deciding not to do, or is anyone deciding?
But they all decided
they
wanted
already
to do it.
all
Yep, so
decided
they'd
to
either do Costa Rica or 2025.
Okay.
And what are your numbers that you're gonna, so how many are gonna be allowed to go to Costa Rica?
Like a normal trip, I don't expect it to be a huge group just because of the time frame of now to April. We usually plan 2-3 years out. Australia, New Zealand is sort of the cursed trip. We started in 2017 planning for that, and then it got postponed so many times with the pandemic. So I would hope that we could get a few more that maybe are interested in travel, some seniors who saw their friends go to Italy like Hope did last year, or just love the idea of Costa Rica over April break. If we can get some more, that's great, but we can travel with as few as 6, which is about where we are right now.
Okay, and will we do any fundraising?
We have one fundraiser planned for late fall, winter, and then we'll try to do one more in the spring. Big pushes for any of the trips that are happening, but these students would be included in those as well.
All right. Anyone else?
Motion to approve the change from Australia to New Zealand to Costa Rica.
Second.
All those in favor?
Thank you so much,
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
We'll keep you updated on the next couple of trips.
Thank you,
you.
Kristen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to homeschooling applications for approval with Dr. Manigua, Director of Pupil Personnel Services. Welcome.
Thank
Hello.
you. Good evening. So I'm here tonight to share with you the number of students whose parents have, number one, voiced their intent to homeschool their students, and second, are seeking your formal approval from Dr. Cron and from you, our school committee members. So this year, we have a total of 31 students, and they range from kindergarten through grade 12. The exact breakdown is we have 1 kindergarten child, 2 first-grade students, 4 second-grade students, 5 third-grade students, 1 fourth grader, 1 fifth-grade student, 5 sixth-grade students, 3 eighth-grade students, 5 ninth-grade students, 3 11th-grade students, and 1 12th-grade student. So homeschool students are instructed in all content areas, which means they have instruction in English language arts, math, science, social studies, technology, STEM, health, and some are even taking a foreign language, which is very similar to what they would be doing if they attended one of our district schools. Parents are using materials that align with the Department of Elementary and Secondary frameworks, and all parents this year and in the past are fulfilling the requirement of 990 hours. Now, district students attend 180 days. Homeschool students must complete 990 hours of curriculum work, okay? So in addition to academics, many of our students are participating in gyms. They're doing weightlifting, they're doing yoga classes, aerobics. Some of them are taking computer classes, music classes, art classes, and many are taking lessons in musical instruments. Okay. Parents have shared the progress their students are making by sending in portfolio assessments, that they may have developed, and progress reports. So in addition to the curriculum, textbooks, workbooks, worksheets that they're using, many of our students, in conjunction with the workbooks and textbooks, also use online resources. Some of them are Time for Learning, the Smithsonian Learning Lab, Seton Home Study, Heart of Dakota Curriculum, and Abeka Curriculum. Many of the parents have gotten together to help the students with socialization, and they do nature walks, with many of the families. They do sports, they do community, things. They go on field trips, and also many of them have volunteered to do some community service in our district here. So basically, that is what our homeschool students participate in. And so if you have any other questions that I might be able to answer for you, I'd be more than happy to.
Anyone have questions?
Can you remind us, Dr. Manigula, the number of students from the previous year? Or do we see a decline? I know, obviously, homeschool was much higher with COVID, and then we saw a
Right.
decrease last year. I can't remember the numbers if we're on par.
Last year, we actually had 32 students. One was a senior. This year, we have the 31. Prior to that, during like COVID, we had 49 students. And in past years, we had probably low 40s.
All right.
I have a question. Do you ever hear from some of the parents, like throughout the year, that they're like struggling or they need other resources that you provide them, or are they pretty self-sufficient?
Most of them are very self-sufficient. They might send in a progress report or part of a portfolio that a student has completed. Once in a while, I hear from students that are, having special needs, and they might ask if they could participate in speech or occupational therapy or, physical therapy. And what we do is I contact my related service providers. They give parents times that they could bring the student in, and we've, been able to, collaborate with the parents that way.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else?
The students that finish 12th grade through homeschooling, are they eligible to attend graduation?
Homeschool students do not receive a diploma from the district. One of the reasons is that they do not take MCAS either. I mean, they take other assessments to show us that the student is progressing. And right now, our students need, to pass MCAS in order to receive a diploma,
Thank you.
okay?
Do any of students that graduate from homeschool, what are their after-school plans? Do they usually attend?
Several of our
university?
students have gone on to colleges.
Okay.
And have done well. I've heard from parents saying that their child did get accepted into colleges. So many of them have gone on.
Motion to approve 31 applications for intent to home educate.
Second?
All those in favor? That's a vote. Thanks, Dr. McGee.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Fundraisers for approval is our next item. For the daycare, we have Meadow Farms from October 17th to October 31st. For the Eston Pack, we have the book fair from November 20th to November 22nd. Name the Circle from October 1st to October 13th. And the Fun Run, October 16th through October 30th. For the middle school, student council class shirts from December 1st to the 20th. Student council shake your tail feather, never thought I'd be saying that on school committee meeting. November 1st through November 22nd. And for the high school class of 2026 and 27, Hilliard's Candy Bars through November and December. So, 7? Yes,
7 motions to approve.
Second?
7 seconds. All those in favor? All right, that's a vote for all fundraisers. Thank you. And now we'll go on to FY '24 capital requests.
Yeah, thank you. Now that we've looked and done a look back on our FY '24 budget, I just wanted to give you a brief update that we are in the process of looking at our capital requests. We gave you the update on everything that had been accomplished at the Eston School, and of course, the largest project in town with the Phelps Elementary School. We're now in the process of meeting with each of the principals and with Mr. Sham and Mr. Wells on the IT and the maintenance side to do a look ahead over the next 3 to 5 years, what we're anticipating, and so we can get it on the radar for what funding source would be best suited for each identified need. So we're beginning that process now, and we'll be presenting it to you probably mid-November or December for adoption.
Perfect. Thank you.
Do you have any ideas of what the capital requests will be?
Oh, I do.
She always
Yes,
has ideas.
Well, it's predominantly technology-related. All right, right now, we've done a tremendous structural upgrade, at the Eston School, so it's sort of the end of one capital plan that, so much of what we've done in the last three years was prepare for the transition that we've just had. And so now we need to, inventory where we are now and what are we anticipating our needs are going to be over the next, 3 to 5 years. We've gone from, an awful lot of, repair work, duct tape, the picture of the pipe, at the
Right.
Jefferson School, there was one pipe with 34 clamps, fixing leaks, which I still have, still have a picture of, Mr. Shum and his crew doing phenomenal work in that regard, to now being able to really save us some tremendous money. Last week, they saved us $30,000 on the roof. They replaced, I'll butcher it, and Mark will be very upset, but they replaced a fan. They had the entire crew up, and there was I don't want to misspeak, but there was a mechanical issue on the roof that had to do with the ventilation system, the heating, and cooling system, and they fixed it in-house in a day and a half, and it saved $30,000. So, we just want to inventory what our needs are, communicate with the town, what we're anticipating things to happen, and we're looking at paving the Eston School,
Right.
we're looking at ventilation at Aston, we're looking at ceiling tiles at Eston, Chromebooks. The Chromebooks that we bought at the beginning of COVID in 2000 are now 3 years old. We need new ones.
Right.
So continuing the cycle, a real pivot from managing two really aging buildings, upgrading
able to
a
afford.
middle-aged building, to really going forward to protecting our investments.
Right.
And I know there was discussion about repairs to the track at Reed Street,
I'm
right?
sure that will be on the list.
Okay.
Always seems to be on the list, that track. All right, any questions? No? All right, thanks. Moving on to personnel information. Dr. Cron, do you have anything?
No comments really to make on that. There are some people coming and going, but overall, very consistent.
Okay. Any questions? No? Go on to your report then, Dr. Cron.
Thank you. I just want to talk about collaboration briefly. One of the things that I think I try to express pretty regularly here is how appreciative I am of our relationships with the town and the other departments. A great example of that is Jane mentioned paving of the Eston School. And we work very closely with Dave Taylor, as does Mark Shum. The cost of asphalt is about to double. So the timing of these projects is very important to the town. So something that we might be able to do for $180,000 or $200,000, if we wait a few years to do it, it's going to be much more. So I just really appreciate and support the cooperative relationships we have in the community. It's nice that I can pick up the phone and call Mike, Board of Selectmen, that I can call Dave Taylor and we can talk about things, and I talk to him throughout the winter when we have storms and things like that. But I think those relationships are incredibly important, and they benefit kids. At the end of the day, it makes us a better district and it's better for kids. So I appreciate that. And so just conclude my report by thanking the Board of Selectmen for supporting our request this past week for $300,000 to help with unanticipated special education costs. Jan and I went and explained, the same thing that we explained to you a couple weeks ago. Very supportive, and we're all on the same team, and so I appreciate that, and that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Dr. Cron? No? Okay, we'll move on to our public service announcements. We'll start with our student representative, Hope.
The biggest thing I'd like to note is that last Saturday, we had our Rockland Walks for Inclusion walk. It went really well. The whole community kind of came together as a whole. I saw a lot of people from, younger kids to high school kids, middle school kids, so everybody kind of got involved in that. Along with that, a lot of people bought t-shirts, which we also raised money for, and so we ended up raising $2,656, all going to Special Olympics Massachusetts,
Wow.
which was really great.
That's
I think
amazing.
we were happy with that number. And then just other things I'd like to note real quick, we have homecoming in the works for October 7th, and our ticket sales started today at lunches, and yeah, I think that's it. Great.
Thank you. We'll go down the row. We'll start with you, Ms. Ransom.
I don't have anything this evening.
Okay. Ms. Hennessy?
I don't have anything either, other than stay dry and warm. Enough with the rain.
Ms. Davidson?
Just a public service announcement that Fall Fest is this Saturday on Union Street. It's from 1 to 5. There's vendors and a beer garden for 21 plus. There's Touch a Truck. It's a very large community event that has well attendance in the past. Also on Monday, I'll be speaking at Mr. Rowe's leadership course in the afternoon. And then just a reminder that the fall sports schedules are on the website and everyone should attend.
Great.
That's it.
Thank you. And Grace will be making her appearance.
Grace will be making her appearance at Fall Fest.
Look forward to seeing her. Dr. Morrow Small?
Just a reminder, flu shots are out and available, so as we head into the colder weather, making sure that we do everything we can to stay healthy, and that when we are not sick, that we take the time to stay at home and to get better. And on that note, just a reminder, if there are people that are having issues with Mass Health, to please reach out to the schools, because we do have people in the schools that can help with that. So don't get caught without a PCP or without insurance, and let us help you. And that's it.
And that's it. All right. On to me. I don't have anything to add either myself tonight. So with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor?